which is permissible and allowed because of need or necessity. That's why it is called at-taharatul daruriyya, or a needed tahara and cleanliness. And we mentioned before that that is for ibadah or that is for time. So according to three schools of jurisprudence, that is for time. According to Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi alayh, that is for ibadah in general. Number one. And when somebody will make tayammum for a specific type of ibadah, can he do other ibadat with or not? According to other schools of jurisprudence, he cannot. But according to Abu Hanifa, he can do that. And then after that, we have mentioned that tayammum, it has two or three faraid or constituents, according to Imam Abu Hanifa, rahmatullahi alayh. Number one, intention, which is also a farida according to other schools of thought as well. And number two, two hits of dust or something dusty, that is farad according to Abu Hanifa, while according to other schools of jurisprudence, the first hit is farad and the second one is sunnah. And number three, to touch or to rub with their dusted hands, number one, your face as a whole, and number two, your hands up to elbows, according to Abu Hanifa, while according to other three schools of jurisprudence, to touch or to rub your face with dusted hands as a whole, that is farad. And number two, to touch your hands up to wrist, that is farad. As far as the case of remaining forearms up to elbow is concerned, that is sunnah according to Malik, Shafi and Ahmad rahimahumullah. And then another farida, which is farida according to three schools and not according to Abu Hanifa, that is to do it in order, as that is mentioned there in Holy Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَامْسَحُوا بِوُجُوهِكُمْ وَأَيْدِيَكُمْ مِنْهُ. So this order of this tartib is first according to Imam Shafi, only rahimahullah. And then there is another farida according to Imam Malik, rahimahullah, to do it in continuation or constantly. And number one, you have to hit the dust or the dusty thing, and right after that, you have to touch your face, and then to touch your hands up to rest. If you will have an interval between, so then that tayammum is not okay according to Imam Malik, because muwalat or continuation are to be constantly. That is farida according to Imam Malik, as that is the case in wudu also according to Imam Malik, rahimahullah. Got it or not? And there is another important note which you have written already, that Imam Malik says, rahimahullah, if somebody will make a tayammum somewhere else, for example at home, even though the time of a specific prayer already started, and then he will come to masjid to perform prayer with their tayammum, he cannot do that. But he has to make tayammum right before prayer and right after that. He may not have anything in between tayammum and, because that is a needed tahara or a needed cleanliness or tahara daruriyya. So, today we will proceeding towards another topic or another chapter, and that is the sunnah in tayammum or the sunan of tayammum. Near Hanafites, tasmiyah in the beginning or Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, that is sunnah. And same is the case in wudu as well, as we have mentioned before, that say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in the beginning of your wudu, that is sunnah according to Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik and Imam Shafi. But as we mentioned before, that to say tasmiyah in the beginning of wudu, that is farz according to Ahmad ibn Hanbal, rahmatullahi alayhi, because of the hadith we have mentioned already. But here, according to Hanafi school of jurisprudence, to say Bismillah in the beginning of Tayammum, that is Sunnah. Number 2, to hit the dust, etc. with by the inner sides of the hand, like this. Look, like this. So if somebody will do it like this, and then he will touch his face, that is against the Sunnah. Even though the Fariza is done, but the Sunnah is missed. So to touch with the inner side of your hand, be with the palms or with the palms, the dust or the dusty thing, and then to touch your face and your hand, that is Sunnah number 2. Sunnah number 3 is that when you will hit the dust or the dusted thing, so you have to shake your hand like this. You know what I'm saying? Because naturally or originally, dust is not a cleaner, but that is a duster. Yes? It is not a cleaner. It is actually a duster. So if you have hit your hand on dust or on a dusted thing, so you will be having a lot of ghubar or dust with. So to shake your hand like this, that is Sunnah according to Imam Abu Hanifa, rahmatullahi alayh. When you will touch your face, once again you will hit, and like this, and then you will do your tayammum. Got it? Number 4. When you are hitting, or you will hit the dust or the dusty thing, so you have to keep your fingers open. Look at me, like this, not like this. You know what I'm saying? But to keep it open, so the dust may enter inside the fingers. Got it? That is number 4. Number 5. To make your tayammum in order and in continuation, as we mentioned before, to do it in order, that is further according to Imam Shafi, and to do it in continuation, that is further according to Imam Malik. But these both things are Sunnah according to Imam Abu Hanifa, as it was the case in wudu as well. Number 2, according to Imam Malik, the Sunan are, number 1, to make it or to do it in order. So if somebody will make his tayammum other way around, that he hit the ground or the dust, and first he rubbed or touched his hand, and later on his face, so that is against the Sunnah according to Imam Malik, Ahmad ibn Hanbal, and Imam Abu Hanifa as well. But that is against the Farz according to Imam Shafi. That's against the Farz according to Imam Shafi. So according to Shafi, rahimahullah, if somebody hits his hand with dust or dusty thing, and then he touches his hand first, and later on face, what he will do? Now once again he has to touch his hand. Yes? To have it in order, because face is already touched. Got it? And that repetition, that is also needed according to Imam Malik, but not as a farz, as a sunnah. You should write it. Number 2, according to Imam Malik, the second hit for hands, that is sunnah as well. Because we mentioned before, referring to the hadith of Ammar ibn Yasir, radiyallahu ta'ala an, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he was teaching him tayammum, not teaching, indicating to us tayammum. As we mentioned specifically and purposely, we mentioned the word indicating towards tayammum or indication towards tayammum. Because tayammum itself, it was already known to Ammar ibn Yasir, and that's why he applied his intellect. Yes. So for Janabat, what he did? Yes. Yes. He took off his dress and went to a trench and he said, yes. And he was playing around in dust. Got it? And then he told Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that I did it like this. So Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, فَضَرَبَ ضَرْبَةً عَلَى الْأَرْضِ وَقَالَ لِإِنَّمَا يَكْفِيكَ هَكَذَا. And the same hadith has been taken literally by 3 schools of jurisprudence. But we say that the hadith of Ammar does not give us the details of tayammum. Tayammum itself was known to Ammar ibn Yasir, radiyallahu ta'ala an. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he was only indicated to him. Got it? For example, if somebody, regarding wudu, which is basically known to him, but regarding a specific purpose, we are indicating towards wudu. So I will say like this, that you will go and you will wash your hands and I will never do it 3 times. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes maybe I will miss one of these, but I am only indicating towards wudu. So that's what Ammar ibn Yasir was told by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, but they took it literally, while that is not meant there. That is not meant there because of the hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala an, annahu tayammama فضرب ضربتين واحدا للوجه والأخرى لليدين. That's how Ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, when he made his tayammum, so he hit the ground twice or 2 times, one for face and the second one for his hand. And same is narrated the practice of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam as well. Number 3, touching his hand up to elbows, as we mentioned before, that touching it up to wrist, that is first according to 3 schools of thought. You know what I'm saying? And beyond that, that is Sunnah. But as a whole, that is first according to Abu Hanifa, because of the practice of Ibn Umar, the practice of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and because of the concept that tayammum is the substitute of wudu. So what we are doing in what? In wudu. So the same practice should be adopted in tayammum as well. Got it? Number 4. To take his hit hand with dust directly to face. The moment he did it, to directly take it to face. Yes. Don't put it here for a while and later on you will do it. You know what I'm saying? Making that interval. That is also against the Sunnah according to Imam Malik rahmatullahi alayhi. And also Imam Malik recommended, this is not Sunnah, mandub or mustahab, to say tasmiyah in the beginning. Number 1. And number 2, when making tayammum, to keep quiet and silent. If that is the case in wudu as well, when you are making wudu, either just recite a few kalimat of khair, subhanallah, walhamdulillah, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh, Allahumma bayyid wajhihi wa tabyadda wujuhu wa taswaddu wujuh, Allahumma atini kitabi biyamini wa hasibni hisaban yasira. Recommended. What? Got it? Recommended. Or keep quiet. That's recommended. When you are making wudu, keep quiet. Don't say anything. But don't talk. That is against recommendation. Same is the case in tayammum. Imam Malik says, when somebody is making tayammum, what he should do? Keep quiet. And number 3, he says he should face Qibla when he is making tayammum. And number 4, when he is touching his hand, so he has to start with his right hand. He has to start with it. When he hit the ground, hit his face. So first, he should look at me like this, and then like this. Like this, and then like this. If he is doing it according to Sunnah, so then he has to do it like this, and then like this. Got it? Near Imam Shafi rahmatullahi alayhi, Sunnah of Tayammum are is under number 1, Tasmiyah, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Number 2, when he is touching his face, he has to start with the upper side of his face. Look at me like this. Here from, not here from. That is Sunnah. Yes, first is like this. Touch it with your hand. Done. Got it? But Sunnah is to do it like this. Number 3, to touch his right hand before his left one. When he is doing touching of hand, so first he has to touch his right hand as Imam Malik said. But according to Imam Malik, that is mustahab, while according to Imam Shafi, that is Sunnah. Number 4, to keep his fingers open when he hits for the first time, not for the second. Because as we mentioned before, look at me. We mentioned before that two hits are farz according to whom? To Abu Hanifa. Other three schools of jurisprudence, they said the first one is farz, the second one is sunnah. So one can make tayammum with one hit only. Got it? So that's why Abu Hanifa says, to keep your fingers open in both hits, because both are farz. Because both are farz. But according to Imam Shafi, in first hit, he has to keep his finger open. In the second one, if you do it like this, because the original hit is also sunnah. Original hit is sunnah. So then he does not need to keep his fingers open. Got it? Number 5. To do khilal of fingers after touching his hand. And as we mentioned in wudu, khilal is like this. Look, this is khilal. Some ulama they says like this, that's called tashbeek. That's called tashbeek, but this is called khilal. As we are doing in wudu also, especially in winter, not here, because here everybody is softy. But back home, the skin is very hard in winter, because we don't have that type of Vaseline and things like that. Here you can ask Dr. Saab or Hafiz Saab. Hafiz Saab, that thing is gone. Okay. So anyhow, got it? To do khilal, after that he touches his hand. He touches his face, number 1. And then he touches his hand. So now he has to do khilal. If no ghubar is gone or no dust is gone inside the finger, so he has to take it too. Yes. Yes. Number 6. To shake his hands before touching his face, as we mentioned according to Hanafiya. Number 7. To practice both things constantly one after the other, without any interval in between. And as we mentioned that muwalat is farz according to Imam Malik. Number 8. Not to lift up his hand from the organ in question or from the organ concerned till he completed the touch. So now look, when you started touching the face, so don't lift or pick up your hands until you complete it. If you will do it like this, up to here, and then the lower half. So that's again sunnah. And number 10 or 11, I don't know. 9. As we were talking about ghurra and tahdeel in wudu, that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said to Sahaba, أعرف أمتي من بين سائر الأمم يكونون غرا محجلين من آثار الوضوء. يكونون غرا محجلين من آثار الوضوء. On the day of judgment, I will recognize my followers with their ghurra and tahdeel. Their faces will be shining and their organs of wudu will be shining. And as we mentioned before, that Abu Hurairah narrated the hadith not with the dhamm al-waw, al-wudu, but with fath al-waw, al-wudu. Al-wudu bi dhamm al-waw. When you will put a dhamma on waw, wudu. So that is the practice. That's the action. But wudu, the water used for wudu. That is the water. So Abu Hurairah narrates the hadith with wudu, with fath al-waw. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam purposely used the word wudu. Hum ghurran muhajjalun. So if he will say, hum ghurran muhajjalun min athar al-wudu. So it means that the organ up to elbow, the face to its shar'i limits. Yes, the feet up to ankle. It will be shining. But if you will take the riwayah, the pronunciation of Abu Hurairah, radiyallahu ta'ala anh, so it will be shining up to that limit, up to where you have taken the water of wudu. So that's why Abu Hurairah, radiyallahu ta'ala anh, he used to wash his hand up to here, and he used to wash his neck and his throat with, yes, and he used to say, I want to increase my shining, to take it to that part as well, and up to his fusaq. Got it? So Imam Shafi, rahmatullahi alayh, in this regard, he is applying the same thing to tayammum as well, but amazing. On one hand, Imam Shafi rahmatullah alayh does not take the fariza of tayammum from here to here. But on the other hand, he is taking the ghurra and tabjeel of dust from here to here. That you have to take it to here. Yes. Got it? Yes, to me that is not reasonable, but anyhow, great Imam, rahimahullah, he would be rewarded. That is his ijtihad. Number 10. To repeat the touch, that is makruh according to Imam Shafi. And when you touched your face once, so don't do it there. Yes, otherwise you will be making your face dusty. Got it? So you did it once, that's enough. Number 11, to face Qibla, as Imam Malik said, that is recommended, but that is Sunnah according to Imam Shafi. And as you mentioned before, in wudu, that right after completion of wudu, to recite Shahada, that is Sunnah according to Imam Shafi. They recite Shahada after, we don't. If you will, that is recommended, but that's not Sunnah. It is not, but according to Shafi, that is Sunnah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, when you completed your wudu, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. He says, the same is the case in Tayammum as well, to recite Shahada after completion of Tayammum. Number 13, to take off his ring when he hits the first one. Look at me, this one. In wudu, it is not needed to take it out. Just do it like this. Because the water is going inside the ring. Water flows inside the ring, but dust does not go. So that's why Imam Shafi says that you have to take it out when you are doing the first hit. Number 14. And note, with 13, you should write a note that in first hit, to take off the ring, that is Sunnah. Got it? But if you did not in the first one, so in the second that is wajib to take it off. Because that portion is the portion of Fariza then. You know what I'm saying? If the dust has not gone to that small portion of your hand, your tayammum is not done. Got it? Number 14. He said if somebody is making tayammum, which is a tahara daruriya, so that is a substitute to what? To wudu, but not a substitute to miswak. So Shafi said, rahimahullah, that after that he recited tasbiyah, which is sunnah for tayammum. So right after tasbiyah he should do miswak. Right after tasbiyah he should do miswak, and when he did it, then he should make tayammum. After tasbiyah. Near Ahmad ibn Hanbal, rahmatullahi alayh, as we mentioned in wudu, that tasbiyah according to Ahmad ibn Hanbal is farz. Same is the case in tayammum as well. But he says to do it in order. That is one saying of Imam Ahmad. To do it in order, first face and then the hands. First face and then the hands. He says that is neither farz nor sunnah, but in between. That is neither farz nor sunnah, but in between. And when something is in between farz and sunnah, so that is called wajib according to Abu Hanifa, but that is called akadu sunnah. Extra muwakkad, not only muwakkad. That is extra muwakkad, akadu sunnah. So Imam Ahmad says that to make your tayammum in order, that is akadu sunnah, which is close to wajib. But they do not use the word wajib for something in between farz and sunnah. Because when they use the word wajib, they mean farz. And same is the case of muwalat in one saying of Ahmad. Muwalat means, yes, to do one after the other without any interval in between. That's also akadu sunnah according to Ahmad. And another sunnah according to Ahmad is that delay your tayammum until the latest time of the prayer concerned. If one expects water, that maybe I will find water. So he said that is sunnah, to delay your tayammum and your prayer as well. Otherwise, as you know, and we talk in detail about the time of Salat, that according to three imams, to pray every single prayer in the very beginning of the time, that is sunnah. That is sunnah. To perform your prayer, yes. Dawn broke, that's the time of Fajr. What's the time of dawn break now? Huh? Not 6. 5 minutes to 5, yes. So 5 minutes to 5, that is the time of Fajr, which starts. You know what I'm saying? So as the time starts, right after that, just pray your Salat al-Fajr. When the sun inclines at midday towards the west, right after that, in the very start and beginning of the time, that's according to Malik, Shafi and Ahmad, rahimahumullah. You know what I'm saying? And they refer to an ayah of Holy Quran, فَاسْتَبِقُوا إِلَى الْخَيْرَاتِ. فَاسْتَبِقُوا, compete each other. Oh, فَاسْتَبِقُوا is compete each other. فَاسْتَبِقُوا إِلَى الْخَيْرَاتِ. And they say that is not from Sibaq, that is from Sabaq. And Sabaq means just do it as soon as possible. ASAP. Yes. According to that is ASAP, but Abu Hanifa says otherwise, radiyallah, rahimahullah. And that's why we say, yes, the Imam who practiced every single hadith properly, that's Abu Hanifa, rahimahullah. So Abu Hanifa says regarding every specific prayer, there is specific hadith. You know what I'm saying? That there is a hadith regarding Fajr, أَسْفِرُوا بِالْفَجْرِ فَإِنَّهُ أَعْظَمُ لِلْأَجْرِ. Do it far, mean pray it in light, when the light is spreaded, not in darkness. And Abu Hanifa supports his idea that, look, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in Muzdalifah, specifically he mentioned, لِنُصَلِّ الْفَجْرَ بِغَلَطٍ. لِنُصَلِّ الْفَجْرَ بِغَلَطٍ. When that is dark, let's pray. Where? In Muzdalifah, in Hajj. So if it would have been the case, that everywhere you have to pray in Ghalat, so why Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, specifically he was mentioned there. And he was noticing there. And regarding Salat al-Zuhr, especially in summer, Abu Hanifa says, rahimahullah, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, أَبْرِدُوا بِالزُّهْرِ فَإِنَّ شِدَّةَ الْحَرِّ مِنْ فَيْحِ جَهَنَّمْ. Pray it, then the weather is a little bit cold. Got it? And regarding Salat al-Asr, which is a very disputed time. Disputed in a sense, because the hadith is mudtarib. The hadith is mudtarib. The same sahabi, once he narrates mislahu, and another time he narrates mislehi. Mislahu and mislehi. Equal and double. The shadow is equal or double. So anyhow, as we mentioned in detail, that how Abu Hanifa, rahimahullah, he explained the double and he preferred double, and not to mislahu, because of the ittirab in hadith. That let's drop it. Let's drop it because that's a contradiction. So that riwayat, let's put it on a side and look into other riwayat. Look into other riwayat, and the other riwayat, they support the idea of mislehi, not mislahu. Anyhow, and regarding Salat al-Maghrib, that is the only case. That is where Abu Hanifa says, pray as soon as possible. But there the case is otherwise. Because Shafi'i and Hanabila, they are going for 2 rakats. They're going for 2 rakats. But Abu Hanifa says, لا تضال أمتي بخير ما حجل المغرب والإفطار. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, my ummah will be in good condition as long as they are praying Maghrib ASAP. They are praying Maghrib ASAP. And mean in the start of the time. And regarding Isha, there is hadith, لولا أن أشق على أمتي لأمرتم بتأخير العشاء إلى نصف الليل أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. So the more you delay, the more you are close to Sunnah. You know what I'm saying? But to make it easy, Abu Hanifa says, rahimahullah, وَيَجُوزُ أَن يُصَلِّيهَا فِي أَوَّلِ وَقْتِهَا. That's permissible to perform and to pray the Salat al-Isha in the start and beginning of the time, because people have to go to early in the morning, 5 o'clock, they will be running for their job, otherwise they will lose it. They are fired. Yes, Abu Hanifa says, وَيَجُوزُ أَن يُصَلِّيهَا فِي الْعِشَاءِ. Got it? So anyhow, you got it or got it? Yes. So Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal says, rahimahullah, that in case of tayammum, that is sunnah, if he is making tayammum because of non-availability of water, because of non-availability of water, if the cause and reason is something else, for example, he is sick, he cannot use water because of his sickness, he cannot use water, so now he has to make tayammum in the very beginning of the time and to pray. But if that is the case of the non-availability of water, so then Ahmad ibn Hanbal said, rahimahullah, he has to delay his prayer up to the latest time. If he can expect that maybe I will find water. Got it? And khilal, a finger, which was sunnah according to Shafi, in tayammum, that is recommended or mustahab according to Ahmad. Macrohat of tayammum are just like the practice. For macrohat we can say should not be done. For makruh in English what we can say? It shouldn't be. So in general, if any sunnah is missed, the practice concerned has become makruh. Because sunnah means to make the practice alike the one. Sunnah means to make the practice alike the one. And as I mentioned before, that 5 types of actions or practices. Number 1, farad. Number 2, wajib. Number 3, sunnah. Number 4, mustahab. And number 5, mubah or jaiz. Mubah or jaiz. Or we can say permissible. So as far as the case of farad is concerned, we have defined masabata bidalil qat'iyyan la shubhata fihi. That something which is proven there in Sharia, bidalil qat'iyyan la shubhata fihi, having a certain base. Dalil qat'i means a certain base, or a base with certainty. A base with certainty, and base means a text. What? A text of Quran, or a text of Hadith. A text of Quran, or a text of Hadith. And the result is يُفَسَّقُ تَارِكُهُ وَيُكَفَّرُ جَاحِدُهُ. If somebody does not practice the same, he would be considered a rebellious one. Would be considered a rebellious one. Fasiq. And if he does not believe the same, he would be considered a kafir. He would be considered a kafir. Then for example, unanimously in the light of Quran and Sunnah, Salat Fajr is farz. Salat Fajr is farz. And how many rakat are farz? 2 rakat. So if somebody, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive and forbid, هذا ما ثبت بدليل قطعي لا شبهة فيه. Yes. So if somebody will say, oh, Salat Fajr is not farz, that is Sunnah. Like Salat al-Duha. So what we will say? That if he has some confusion, we have to make it clear. You have to make it clear. But if he sticks to his word, we will declare him that this guy is kafir. He is not a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Because he is denying or rejecting a farida. You know what I'm saying? Got it? So that's what we say. وَيُفَسَّقُ تَارِكُهُ وَيُكَفَّرُ جَاحِدُهُ. Got it? Then there is wajib. And as I mentioned that the term wajib, according to 3 schools of jurisprudence, that is synonym to farz. According to Imam Malik, Imam Shafi and Ahmad, when they say the word wajib or yajibu or wajaba, they mean farz. Got it? But according to Abu Hanifa, wajib is something in between farz and sunnat muakkad. Got it? And his definition is that ma sabata bi dalilin tujadu shubhatun fi ta'wili. توجد شبهة في تعبيره يفسق تاركه ولا يكفر جاحده. يفسق تاركه ولا يكفر جاحده. That source is there, base is there, text is there. In interpretation there is difference. What? In interpretation there is difference. So such like thing, If somebody will not practice it, we will declare him as a fasiq or rebellious. But by his denial or rejection, we cannot declare him as kafir. We cannot declare him as kafir. Like Salat Witr or Salat Eidain. Salat Witr or Salat Eidain, which is wajib according to Imam Abu Hanifa, and Aqad al-Sunan according to three schools of jurisprudence. Got it? So now according to Abu Hanifa, rahmatullahi alayh, if somebody, without any just cause and reason, he is missing witr, we will call him what? A fasiq. But if he does not believe in witr as prayer, so then we will call him what? Not kafir. We cannot declare him kafir. We can say that he is a mulhid, a crooked guy. You know what I'm saying? He is a mulhid, or he is a zindiq. What? Irrespective of what? He is a zindiq, that he is not giving that much importance to the terms of Sharia. Or he does not take that much care of Sharia. You know what I'm saying? As we say that he's a careless guy. He's not a negligent guy. There is a big difference between negligent and between careless guy. So makruhat, to miss any of the sunnah of tayammum, that is makruh, number one. Number two, to receive the touch, that is makruh, because it will make your face much more dirty. Why you are repeating it? That is according to Hanafi school of thought. Imam Malik says, speaking at the time of tayammum, for no reason, speaking in the time of tayammum, for no reason, it will make it makruh. To extend the touch, the touch of hands up to shoulder or something like that beyond elbow, that will make it makruh. Which is ghurra according to Imam Shafi. But Imam Malik says that ghurra is there in case of wudu, that is not in case of dust. And Shafi says, rahimahullah, to shake hand after making tayammum, that is makruh. When you are taking your hand, look at me, to your face, so to shake it, that is sunnah according to Imam Abu Hanifa, and recommended according to Malik and Shafi, rahimahullah. But when your tayammum is completed, got it? And now you are shaking, that is makruh. Got it? Imam Shafi. The next topic is, what breaks the tayammum? Number one, in general, anything which breaks wudu, it breaks tayammum. Anything which breaks wudu, it breaks tayammum. If somebody urinated, his wudu is broken. If somebody urinated, his tayammum is broken. Number two, the very cause which made the tayammum allowed and permissible or needed, that very cause is gone. Non-availability of water, which makes the tayammum allowed and permissible. Now water is available, so automatically your tayammum is gone. When we were studying, so as you know, that a little bit ta'niya, or with ta'niya, we used to ask each other questions like this. That do you know that the wife of a donkey breaks tayammum? What? The wife of a donkey breaks tayammum. So the students, how? Why the wife of a donkey breaks tayammum? Yes. What's the relation of donkey with tayammum? So then they used to explain it. Because the donkey along with his master, they were gone to bring water. And some guy, he had made tayammum because of non-availability of water, and he was drinking tayammum in desert from some 10 miles, and all of a sudden he saw the donkey that he was doing, so it means that water is close by, the tayammum is gone. Got it? So in general, the very cause which allowed tayammum, that is gone, it breaks wudu. Like sickness, that is gone. Non-availability of water, that is gone. A freezing cold, that is gone, so tayammum is broken. Number 2. If somebody saw water, and he does not need the same for drink, or to make a dough with, because that's a prior need. That is a prior need. If he needs this for drink, so then even though the water is available, but his tayammum is not broken, then that is okay. Because if he will make wudu with that water, what he will do with his thirst? Got it? You should write it. Or to wash a najasa, a filth with that water, which is prior to wudu. Because first of all, you have to take away the najasa of your body, from where there is najasa or a filth. So you need that water to wash that najasa with. So you cannot use it for wudu. The water will suffice? Yes, either of them both. Either this way or this thing or that thing. So you have to give priority to what? To wash, not to wudu. Because wudu has a substitute, but this wash does not have any other substitute. Got it? Also, the water concerned must be enough to make a farz wudu with. To make a farz, if that is less than that, and farz wudu, these are 4 things, according to Shafi, rahimahullah, and 6, according to Ahmad, and the Shafi, and 7 according to Imam Malik. But anyhow, as far as the case of wash with water is concerned, so these are 4 things. Face. Number 2, hand. Number 3, touch. And number 4, feet. And only washing it once, that is farz. Washing it. So if the water suffices to wash your face once, to wash your hands once, and to touch with wet hand your head, and to wash your feet once. If water is to that extent or to that limit, then your tayammum is gone. If that is less than that, then tayammum is okay. Got it? Got it? Yes. The Hanafi school of thought says, if somebody with tayammum passed over a water, he couldn't see it. He couldn't see it. But he passed over tayammum. He couldn't see it, but water was there. So his tayammum is broken. Because availability is there. And they refer to a specific case as a qiyas. And the qiyas is that stay at Muzdalifah at night, that is wajib. That is al-wuquf bi Muzdalifah. In Hajj, wuquf bi Muzdalifah, that is what? Wajib. According to all school of thought, wajib or akad sunnah. It's a case of terminology. But that is. But for how long? After midnight, according to Imam Malik, rahimahullah, one has to stay for that much time that if he is riding a horse, he has his stuff there. He has his stuff there. He can untie the stuff, bring it to the ground, sit for a while, going back to the ride, put the stuff once again. It will take almost 10-15 minutes. How much? 10-15 minutes. According to Imam Malik, for that much time after midnight, that is wajib to stay in Muzdalifah. Got it? But according to Ahmad and Shafi, rahimahumullah, after midnight, if somebody will say only for a single minute there in Muzdalifah, his wajib is done. His wajib is done. As far as say for whole night is concerned, there is sunnah. That is what? That is sunnah. And according to Imam Abu Hanifa, rahimahullah, stay until Salat Fajr. Until dawn break, that is wajib. See, because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself, he said, until Salat Fajr, and he was Salla al-Fajr bi-ghanasin, thumma zahaba ila Mina. Got it? But nowadays, there is lot of rush. So sometimes, when we don't find any place, so we say, let's go after Imam Malik or Imam Shafi or Ahmad ibn Hanbal and go ahead. Bismillah. So anyhow, got it or not? Or not it? So they said that if somebody, he was unconscious. When he was coming from Arafat, he was taken by his companion, he was unconscious. And they were taking him to Mecca. They were taking him to Mecca, to some hospital. In unconscious or in sleeping condition, he passed over Muzdalifah after midnight. His wajib is done. Got it? His wajib is. So Imam Abu Hanifa says, same is the case of passing over water. Yes, some guy, yes, he was sleeping. He was sleeping. Yes, because of sleep, his tayammum is broken. But for academic purpose, Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah says, he couldn't see water. So his tayammum is broken as well. Like the case of Muzdalifah. Now you got the qiyas? Yes. Got it or not it? Yes. But if somebody saw water when he was praying with tayammum, this is important. If somebody was praying, and at the same time he saw water, yes, he made tayammum. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillah. Because some people in Salat, they are doing like this. Yes. They are studying in my home. Yes. Oh brother, this is prayer. What are you doing? So all of a sudden he saw some water. Got it? Oh, there is water. Yes. But already he started his prayer. His tayammum is broken or not? So write it down. That he saw the water while he was praying with tayammum. Then his tayammum is broken near Hanafite. And Imam Ahmad. But not according to Imam Malik and Imam Shafi. Yes, no, according to Imam Malik. If somebody had water in his cup, he was on travel, and he had some water in his cup on his ride or anywhere, but he forgot it. He forgot that I have water, enough water. And he made tayammum and started prayer. In the meantime, he recalled his mind, oh, I have water. Oh, I have water. Now he is bound to break it because the tayammum was broken. At the time of tayammum, water was available. But if he saw the water or found it after prayer, or recalled his mind after prayer, now he does not need to repeat his prayer. And according to Imam Ahmad, when the time of the Salat concerned passed, he made tayammum for Salat Fajr because it was needed. And the sun is rising now, or that is rose. So his tayammum is broken. According to Ahmad, his tayammum is broken with the passage of time, as we mentioned before. And Shafi says, rahimahullah, may Allah forgive and forget, if somebody denounced Islam after that, he was with tayammum. He was with tayammum. But what he did? He denounced Islam and became kafir, which is called irtidad. Which is called irtidad, and the person concerned is called murtad. So Shafi says, rahimahullah, his tayammum is broken. With irtidad, his tayammum is, but not according to other three school of thought. If he will announce Islam once again after 5 minutes, so he is with the same tayammum. If with his irtirab, he has not passed over the air. Yes. If he has not passed the air, so his tayammum is still okay. And as you mentioned before, that according to Imam Malik, if somebody made tayammum and he was waiting for Imam to pray, maybe he will come after 2 minutes and he made tayammum. But, just subhanallah, Imam had gone to Los Angeles. And after half an hour he came and now he is praying. So the tayammum of that guy is already broken. He has to make a new tayammum. As we mentioned before, there's a long time between tayammum and because he says that this taharat is awruriyah. So it should be done right at the time of darura and necessity. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin Muhammadin wa alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khairi khalqi Muhammadin wa alihi